I'm Jared Bentley. You're watching the latest edition of the Pop Chronicle. It's been a long time since I've compiled a Pop Chronicle list or recorded a Pop Chronicle video, so if you're one of the 4 people who remember what the Pop Chronicle was, well, you're welcome. In this installment, I'm going to quickly run through 4 streaming drama series that I've watched over the last few months. Some may be older, some new, but I'm just getting around to them, so here are a few suggestions. Take them or leave them, and let me know in the comments. First up, Landman, streaming on Paramount+. Billy Bob Thornton is wonderful on Landman, as you would expect, and there are several standout performances in this Taylor Sheridan series about big oil in Texas. John Hamm is solid, Ali Larter and Demi Moore have found their calling as character actors, and I like seeing Jacob Laughlin growing up and growing into an adult role. It's also nice to see Colm Feore moving away from prestige stage and screen roles into a great turn as a Southern lawyer. I am not as taken, however, by Kayla Wallace, who plays a hard-headed attorney working for the oil company, or by Michelle Randolph, who plays the young, barely clothed daughter of Billy Bob. Wallace is going to be a bigger part of the story moving forward, obviously, but I think you could do more moving ahead by doing less with the high school enchantress that Randolph portrays. The overarching story is convoluted at times, the message is fairly heavy-handed, and the bad guys are caricatures. But the episodes move at a brisk pace, the writing hits several highs along the way, and Sheridan makes sure to keep things entertaining, especially when Billy Bob gets to spend a few minutes with his dialogue. There's lots of foul language, a fair amount of nudity and adult subject matter, and a great 5-minute cameo from, believe it or not, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. If you like Yellowstone, chances are you're going to love Landman. Up next is Slow Horses on Apple TV. Gary Oldman is a treasure, and Slow Horses is a great vehicle for him. A British spy show with a fine supporting cast that includes Kristen Scott Thomas, Jack Lowden, and Saskia Reeves. Slow Horses is a delight. Instead of highlighting the best spies MI5 has to offer, it centers on the sometimes inept and often comical members of Slough House, the last post of which anyone wants to be transferred. Oldman is Jackson Lamb, the slovenly leader of Slough House, and he holds everyone to account with stabs, slurs, and obnoxious verbal abuse, while also stepping up to defend his crew and help them succeed, which they occasionally do. Slow Horses is built on great writing, fantastic performances, and good stories. There aren't a lot of plot twists or whodunit here, but it is solid storytelling and biting wit and dialogue. This is the way I like my espionage, with less glitz and fewer explosions, and more effort and failure. No Superman here, just people working a case. I highly suggest Slow Horses. Number 3 on this list is HBO Max's Penguin. I'll preface this by saying I'm a huge Colin Farrell fan, have been for years. This may be his best work, and the critics seem to agree, awarding him a Golden Globe for his portrayal of Oswald Copperpot, the Penguin. Hardly identifiable with the makeup and prosthetics, Farrell creates a character full of self-loathing and idiosyncrasies that forces you to accept that he is someone entirely different. He simply disappears into the role. Christine Milioti continues to impress as Sophia Falcone, the daughter of Gotham's ultimate crime boss, and the cast is peppered with great character actors and newcomers. Renzi Feliz shines as Penguin's stuttering, good-hearted apprentice, and Michael Kelly shows up again as one of the best, hey, I know that guy, actors on the planet. Don't go into this expecting DC Comics for kids, because the show can be very rough around the edges with adult subject matter, language, and lots of violence. If you're okay with that though, The Penguin is a wonderful streaming option. The last show on this list is another very dark, violent offering from HBO Max, True Detective: Night Country. The first season of True Detective was one of the best shows ever produced for television. 2 amazing leads, an impressive cast, an astounding storyline. It was darn near perfection in every way. The second season, while still enjoyable, fell flat. The third season worked back to garner praise, but it was a bit mediocre at times. This 4th season is comparable to the first, almost reaching the same level of perfection. The series takes place in Alaska and uses the location as one of the major story points: the darkness, the cold, the emptiness, and the mystery. Night Country was filled with dread and anxiety from the first few moments until the last. with great performances from Golden Globe winner Jodie Foster and from Kaylee Reese, who was excellent as a small-town Indigenous police officer. Once again, I praise the cast as a whole. Not a single person disappointed, and many surprised. There were several show-stopping moments throughout the season, and scenes that stay with you long after the first viewing, either dialogue that stung, characters who surprised, premises that shocked, or jump scares that left you shook. It had it all. This season's showrunner, Issa Lopez, brought True Detective back to respectability, and I can't wait to see what she does with Season 5. So if you're looking for a drama that satisfies, look no further than these 4 shows. They are definitely worth the time. I'm Jared Bentley, and this is Pop Chronicle. Thanks for watching.